Welcome back to Cross-Threaded, your wide open moto podcast. Let's talk some Philadelphia Supercross. But first, before we get into it, let me welcome my co-host, James. Welcome back, James.
What's going on? Love seeing a mutter a year, so we got a lot to cover.
Absolutely. Hey, we're hoping to get one eventually, right?
Yeah,
What's up,
finally.
Justin? Welcome back.
What's up? Yeah, multiple mutters. It seems like we might possibly have. I saw rain all week in Denver, so hopefully that stops before this weekend.
Yep, exactly. Well, let's jump right into it as we always do, talking about this track. James kind of hinted at it. Weather was really the main story all week long, not sure what it was going to look like. And then, really by the time this night show started, as the races went on, the track got worse and worse. The rain didn't stop. But Justin, it wasn't as bad as like a San Francisco from a few years ago or Foxborough. So when you see the track like these conditions, I mean, we'll get to the racing, but I mean, hey, it still turned out to be pretty racy, even with the conditions.
Yeah, I think it actually started to ease up before that last main and almost completely stop. I think it was like on and off. But yeah, it looked like it started getting pretty dry. They knocked some of those whoops down, so that made that a little bit more racy section. But yeah, it was just like an indie. It was pretty rutted, but I mean, they were still able to jump some stuff. And normally,
Hmm.
for our idea, a mutter is they're just rolling
Yeah.
everything. So in reality, it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be when I saw there was going to be an inch of rain on Saturday.
Yeah, and James, I mean this track, I mean it rewarded those that were willing to take the risks and double through the rhythms. I mean, we'll talk about the 450 main and how high up they lapped the field. But Justin kind of touched up on it. They did go in halfway through the night and remove about half the whoop. Some people didn't really care for it. Where do you stand when it comes to, these mutters and, taking out the whoops or, leveling half of them?
I think just keep them, dude. Survival of the fittest. Run it, yo. You qualified in them. You went through your heat races in them and everything. So I think it adds a little level of competition to it, and just let it rock. And they don't. I don't know. Have they normally taken them out in the past? I don't remember. I feel like they just leave the
Yeah.
track.
Well, usually what they do is they take them out completely.
Completely,
Yeah, it
Like
yeah.
was
at
completely.
least at least this
Yeah,
time they left half of it, so that was
yeah,
like okay, like
partial.
it's still there. But usually, like I remember San Fran when I went, they took them out completely. It was just a straightaway at that
Well,
point. But
that's because you could have rode a fucking jet ski at San Fran when you
yeah,
went to
yeah,
that
it was
one.
yeah, it was really bad.
Beaumare should have raced that one. He probably would have won it, dude.
Yeah.
And Sexton won on that KTM, but Mayer would have been right up there with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, absolutely. So I mean, so we get our first mutter, which is great. Last year I think it was we got an absolute ton of them. This is really our first true mutter. So Justin, over to you. I don't know, where do you stand with butters? Do you like having them? Do you think we should go, to roofs only, or do you like, maybe having two or three mutters in a season?
Don't even start this talk right now, Eric, about going to all roof stadiums, dude. It's part of the race. Everyone's got to race it. I mean, it's the survival of the fittest. It comes down to like even with Kenny being a kickstart, mutters come even more important because he doesn't have a quick electric start. I mean, there's so many variables that come into it. I mean, but y'all got to line up and y'all got to finish.
How many mutters in a season would you be okay with having?
I think 2 to 3 is like I think 3 is the max, but 2 to 3, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my God, another mutter. I
Yeah.
mean, it's part of the sport when we go outdoors. If it rains, I mean, they're racing unless there's lightning. So, I mean, it's part of the whole sport in general. So why take it away?
Yeah. James, what about you? Where do you stand as far as mud races?
I like the mutters, dude. I don't want to see them. What seemed like last year, we're having like every week, every other week
Yep.
for a short period of time, which kind of gets a little boring to watch. But one dude, like this was perfect. I like one mutter, and even if there's two, three, like spread out through the season, I'm all for it. They're dirt bikes. They're supposed to get muddy. They're supposed to be racing the elements.
Surprisingly, we haven't had that many with like how early
Yeah,
Seattle
well,
was,
yeah, and
and a couple of
Cleveland
the rounds that
last
rained
week was like
early in the
supposed to
yeah.
be, yeah, next week, who knows? But yeah, Seattle, I couldn't believe early season Seattle, and it's like was dry. That's unheard of.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll get into the 450 results, but I mean, usually mutters kind of throw a big wrench in the title or someone has a really bad race. But I mean, this one, honestly, the results probably would have been the same if the track was dry regardless. So yeah, it ended up being a pretty good night of racing. Well, all right, well, let's jump into SMX actually. So we have the SMX next guys. They came out, which I was surprised. I wasn't sure if they were going to send them out there considering the weather. But Justin, we'll start off with you. Deacon Deno ends up getting the win. He ends up winning, the championship because just based off of one race, but he did win. I think it was Daytona as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean that kind of wraps it up as far as the SMX next. I don't know. What'd you think of the season overall?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still kind of that thing, not really. Many people are just using it kind of as a piss break, it seems like, because, it's not really, I don't know, to me, it's not that big of a deal, it's not really the main guys. I think more factory teams maybe have to get into it to really make it interesting, more guys, more competitive, maybe.
Hmm.
But I mean, for Triumph, I mean, it's the best thing that they've had in their whole life. So, I mean, for Triumph, they're loving it. But I mean, yeah, good job for Deacon Deno, and I think he's racing outdoors possibly. So maybe he can be the lone Triumph guy to hold the whole brand on his back.
Yeah, and then James, I kind of agree with Justin. I mean, the SMX class this year was kind of just whatever. I feel like all these guys are still a year early. I mean, we saw with Dudney, he kind of struggled when he jumped up.
Yeah,
Manir had one good race, but he's also had two bad one. So yeah,
really bad.
there really wasn't that star power from what we've seen, in the past. When Deegan was in there, Ryder D, Drew Adams, those, the big names coming up. And yeah, I agree with Justin. I thought the SMX next this season was just kind of lackluster, just didn't really have the excitement in it.
Yeah, I agree, and it's kind of hard too with like the top guys that we talked about after race one. Landon Gordon, Dudney, those guys jumping up. That's kind of
Yep.
diminishing the competition that should be there. Then you get Deacon Deno. Manir, like you said, had that one good race. What Nick Way or Vincent Way didn't he get hurt or something? And he didn't race
Yeah.
Yeah,
yesterday,
Vincent Wayne,
so
he's hurt.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
got
got
hurt.
clocked
Yeah,
lung.
so oh yeah, you're right. So like the field kind of just fell apart after what was kind of a stacked field, sort of at race one, kind of just dwindled down to Deacon Deno 1-2 on a Triumph, which I would have
Yeah.
never guessed, but good for him.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, exactly. And then, kind of moving over into the 250 class, I mean, honestly, kind of the same story of the East Coast. I mean, there's really not that many factory guys left in this East Coast. The rain obviously made it a little bit more, competitive, but Cole Davies, he gets it done. Hammaker just continues to kind of get in his own way. But James, I mean, a lot of people are saying that, hey, maybe this was best case scenario for Seth Hammaker, that he can return. And if he wins, then he gets, another year under his belt versus if he wins this title, he only has next year, and then you'd have to jump up, kind of similar to a Vial. But yeah, what was your overall thoughts with this 250 East championship?
Um, Davies was clearly the best guy. I mean, Hammaker, dude, that guy just cannot stay off the ground and like hard crashes
Yep.
every. That guy's tough as nails, dude. Like I got nothing bad to say, but he is on the ground and then going down pretty hard in the main and coming back for a third
Yeah.
in the mutter, dude. That's pretty impressive,
Well, they had
as
the red
sideways.
flag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we had
that
the red.
too.
I
He
forgot
got
about
lucky.
that.
Yeah, he got saved by the red
Yeah,
flag.
the red. I forgot about the restart, but Davies was definitely the fast guy. It's kind of like the West Coast. There's clearly one really fast guy, and everyone's kind of just doing their own thing behind them. Dax Bennick looks pretty good.
Yep.
It was kind of, and then where was the star go? Or not star. Club went 4-6.
Doc was fourth.
Yeah.
Simonson was
Yeah,
sixth. Landon Gordon was like
club.
18th.
Yeah,
Yep.
Landon Gordon. Yeah, 21.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think Gorn's gone 22 to 21
Yeah,
in three
exactly. So,
races.
I mean, overall, I don't think necessarily either coast of 250 was really like stacked out in a good battle like we've seen in the past. But like you're saying, Hammaker could be a good thing for him. One more year, kind of get ready, and then he's gonna have to make that jump.
Yep. And then Justin, you touched up on the red flag. I mean, tough night for Isaiah Clark. And when the
Oh
video
my
got,
Lord.
posted around, it was on RIG, it's pretty nasty. Some people are giving the track guy, kind of a hard time for what he did. People are thinking that he like pushed his leg and that's what made it snap, which, wasn't the case. But kind of bad luck. Derek Kelly, he got straight up robbed of a podium. I mean, he was in third. I think he had about a 10 to 12-second lead over fourth place when the
Yeah.
red flag
Yeah,
happened. But I mean, tough break for both of them, Justin.
Yeah, I mean Isaiah Clark, it looks like he's okay, but I mean, yeah, that did not look good. He's just laying there. The guy picks the bike up and it just pulls his whole leg left, and then he's like pulling his knee back, and I'm like, oh my God, dude! Like I would like, oh, I could not imagine. He's probably just screaming at him, to get him
Oh
off.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as a race as a whole, Hammaker got very lucky, like that there was a red flag, but also like if you watch that, Davies' front tire, I don't know how
Hmm.
he didn't go down. He went like
Oh
between
yeah,
the
dude.
tire and the frame or something like
Well,
that.
he nicked it too.
And
He hit him
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
he went through like the bike too, the tire did. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Davies got lucky, he got through with that, and then yeah, Hammaker to get a third. I mean, he's lucky he got that, but obviously it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, he can't stay off the ground. Bennett second. That's pretty much all I really got. Um, but yeah, good racing though. I mean, it kept it interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, now both 250 classes are done. The titles are wrapped up. Sure, there's still two races to go.
Blue Crew
Deegan
baby.
Deegan's going to try to chase down, the all-time wins record for the 250s, and then also that would give Yamaha like the all-time win record for manufacturer on 250s as well. So let's go ahead and grade it. I mean, I don't know. What do you boys give? This 250 season. Overall, two left. Whatever the titles are done. But James, we'll start off with you. What do you give a grade as far as this 250 championship? Both of them this year.
I don't know, I'd give it a C, dude. It was kind of boring. Just two really
Yeah.
fast guys, and that was it. Like you're watching battles for fucking fifth and sixth with Clem X on both
Yep.
coasts. The field is kind of spread out. Guys that were supposed to be good weren't that good. Nate Thrasher picked it up. One of those guys that started off like weak, but overall, dude, I thought it was kind of a lackluster season on both ends. Kind of boring.
Yeah, Justin, I agree. I'd probably do the same. Wasn't really
Yeah.
exciting. There was a ton of injuries coming into the season, a ton of injuries of these guys, going back out. And yeah, the top guys were even elite, and even at the shootouts, they weren't even close. I mean, even
Yeah.
Deegan smoked them in that, as well. Who knows? Maybe he sweeps them. He might be the first guy to sweep, all the East West shootouts. But Justin, yeah, how'd you feel about this 250 season?
Yeah, like you guys said, a C. I mean, it was pretty average. It was two guys ran away with the titles, and everyone that was supposed to compete didn't compete, like James said, or like you said, we had so many injuries. I mean, we were all hoping for a Beaumare, a Shimoda, a
Yeah.
Deegan,
Hmm.
West Coast title. I mean, Kitchen too, but we all know Kitchen, he can't figure it out, obviously. And like there's just a lot of high hopes, and I think we just kind of honestly got let down with the season. Besides, Blue Crew just dominating. I mean, there wasn't much anything else interesting. I mean, we had some good rookie
Dude,
rides. That's
the
about
most
it.
Yeah.
I
the
mean,
most entertaining part of the season was Nick Romano coming back and doing good.
yeah,
Yeah, and he
yeah,
won
or
a heat
even,
race.
yeah,
And he
yeah.
won, dude.
And Ryder D shooting or flipping off or shooting the finger gun at
Oh,
Deegan, and
shooting
they
the finger
won.
guns at
Yeah.
Deegan, dude. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, all right. Let's go ahead and let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly of this 250 class. Justin, we'll start off with you. Who do you give your good performance of the night to?
Got to give it to fellow Blue Crew rider Cole Davies winning the title. Wrapping it up for the 250 East title. I mean, his first title. I'm sure he's going to have many more. I'm excited to see what he does outdoors, but if you win a title, that's good enough.
Yeah, no, it is going to be interesting seeing him outdoors. For my good, I'm going to give the Daxton Bennett. Gets another podium, so good for him. And a second place, a solid ride by Bennett. James, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going Bennick as well. Second place in the mud in both the heat race and the main. He looked good. Another podium for him. Obviously, Cole Davies did good, but he got one like every race, so he's always good.
Yeah. All right. And then bad, James, who you have for your bad?
Bad? Ah, man. I guess Hammaker, dude. He's just on the ground again. I mean, he ended up with the third, yes, and he got like saved by the red flag. But the guy is just on the
Yep.
ground. I've said this. I feel like the last 5 times I've been on the podcast. Hammaker just finds himself in a big get off and then somehow salvages it, which is good. But if he could stay on the bike, he'd probably be a better contender.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're absolutely right. All right, for my bad, I actually gave it to Romano. Kind of a bummer. I mean, he had a good heat race, but I think he finished like 14th in the main, so kind of lost some of that flame. But I mean, still sick for him to go out there and win that heat race. I thought that was pretty dope. Justin, who you got for the bad?
I'm doing mine as just bad luck. I'm gonna do Isaiah Clark. Just bad
Yeah.
luck, everything. I mean, just everything that happened. I mean, he's been riding good, so Everything else that kind of happened in the race from a lot of the guys, I mean, kind of expected.
Dude,
It's kind of more
I
of a bad
don't
luck
like.
than anything. I don't know how his leg got back there
I
like
wish
that.
someone like got a video of it because I mean, Sloppy, he wasn't going high speed, and for him to snap his femur like that, like,
Well, and
bro,
for his
what?
leg to get wrapped up in his rear tire, like he must have fell off the back or something, or
Yeah,
like
I don't
Yeah,
come up
know.
short in the
looped it or
bike.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
for that, I mean, I don't know what like you said, especially on his own bike. It wasn't someone
yeah,
else's bike he was wrapped up in.
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know how he got so
exactly.
fucking tangled up.
His fucking rear fender just fucking fell right
Yeah,
down.
it was probably weighed down from the mud, dude. It slid right through
Yes.
that thing.
um, all right, and then let's get to the ugly. The ugly, I just gave it to Gordon. I mean, had a great showing last week. Comes out here, gets 21st. Kind of tough. He can't really seem to find the consistency. So I give it to Gordon. Justin, who you got for ugly?
I mean, Seth Hamaker. I mean, get the fuck off the ground. I mean, he
Yeah.
just can't get off of it, like James said. And I remember saying in the beginning of for this title, whoever stays healthy and off the ground out of Hamaker, Davies, Shimoda, and Brown is going to win the title.
Yep.
And Davies was just the only one that did it. I mean,
Yep.
no one else could stay off the ground every single round.
Yep. Pretty much. All right. Well, that wraps it up for the 250 class. Let's go over and jump into the 450s. Justin, we'll start off with you. Kenny ends up taking the points lead, has a red plate heading into Denver. And man, I mean, Hunter, he just kind of keeps making these mistakes, as Mr. Consistent as he was. He's really kind of letting this thing, slip through his fingers as we head into Denver.
Yeah, I mean, Ken Roxon, 4-point lead coming into 2 rounds left. I mean, he did what he had to do. And I mean, Hunter, what are you gonna do? You keep just choking, it seems like, these last few rounds. I mean, he's had so
Hmm.
many opportunities. I mean, the heat race, he proved, he kind of just ran away in the heat race. And then the main event came, he got the whole shot, and
Yeah.
then, I mean, just choked it, really. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nothing else much to say.
Yeah, and then James, I mean, I don't take too much from the. I mean, it was a mutter, whatever. Kenny rode out of his mind. I mean, he was even Webb, rode great, but
Yeah.
obviously this weekend it's a must win for Hunter. He's really got to bounce back, take this win, because to be honest, I mean, I think this weekend, is gonna could almost, decide the championship. If
Seal the
Roxon
deal,
goes
yeah.
wins again, and
It's over.
we're going in there. If yeah, I mean, Hunter's got to be in a winner take
If
all scenario going into Salt Lake, and yeah, James, I mean, he's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, Justin kind of touched on everything. Hunter's started off real consistent, doing real good, win races however many seconds in a row he got, and then he's just kind of fallen off. And Kenny's got crazy momentum right now, dude. That guy is on fire. So
Hmm.
it's gonna be a sick battle as a spectator to watch. But you guys touched on it. If Hunter doesn't win this weekend, Kenny, I think, has got it locked up unless something crazy happens at Salt Lake and Kenny has a big get off or comes in 10th and Hunter wins.
Yeah.
But that's not the way it's looking with the way Kenny's riding. So it's going to be entertaining for sure. But Hunter's got his work cut out for him, like you said, Eric.
If it comes
Watch.
into Salt Lake, you gotta just if you're any other ride on the track, dude, I'm not letting Kenny fucking I'm not holding him up. I said,
Dude,
go get
just get
second,
the
dude. Just
fuck
cruise
out of
in.
the
Just
way.
get the second, dude. I'll fucking stop, dude. You just go. We
Yeah.
want you to win the
It was
title. Like,
when Jet waved Kenny by like 2 seasons ago
Oh,
or
yeah.
last
yeah.
season. Yeah, he's going to get a lot of that.
Yeah, no, and then dude, imagine if we get all the way this far, get to Salt Lake or something, and the Suzuki ends up having a malfunction.
But don't even
Uh,
say it,
dude,
Eric.
it
Don't
doesn't
Like we
even
start on
did.
the
say it.
Gators.
Yeah,
Remember
just start.
the shock exploding,
No,
a
their
few
bus starting
few
in, their
seasons
bus
back.
starting in the back of the starting
And
gate.
imagine he goes down and he can't get the damn thing started,
Oh my god, he
and the
already had
bike
that
ends up
problem.
costing it. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, 2 races ago. I mean, this season really kind of. I mean, it's been interesting. It's been a lot of ups and downs, but I mean, Kenny, taking this lead is crazy. No one would have ever predicted that happening.
4-point
Um,
lead. It's the
yeah,
largest. He'd never had a lead at the second half of the season ever. And
yeah,
to think that of his career, he's never had the points lead at the end at the second half of the season. And then, I mean, if he wins this weekend, that's a 7 points. That's if Hunter finishes second.
yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
said, Salt Lake, you can get third and win the title.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yep, I'm with you. All right. We also had Barsha. He returned. Kind of surprising. Figured they'd wait till Anaheim, but James, he wasted no time. I mean, straight into that heat race. He was ready to bang bars.
Dude, that heat race was sick. Him and Savachi going bar to
Yep.
bar. And then Jay Coop got up in the mix for a little
Yeah.
bit too.
Yeah.
And Barsha hit
Yeah.
him with that block pass in the mud, dude. Like Barsha came back swinging, typical Barsha ways, dude. Not taking shit from anyone. I thought it was sick, dude. I like Barsha, New York guy, so I thought it was awesome. He did a lot better. I mean, overall, it didn't transfer to the main, but for coming second in a heat race and leading a good portion of that heat race for his first race back and however many weeks. That was
Hmm.
pretty sick. And that Ducati is kind of sick too.
Yeah, and hey, I mean, perfect storm for him coming back in a mudder. He's a pretty good mud rider, and
Yeah.
definitely nice to kind of come in at a slower pace. So that's cool. And then Justin Ferrandis had a hell of a night.
Yeah, everywhere. He found every side of the track he could. he's, he's just finding all the plywood. I think he probably rode the most on the plywood
Yeah.
out of anyone all fucking day.
And he had a hell of a comeback too in the LCQ. It wasn't
Yeah.
looking good when he went down, and he made what, like 4 or 5 passes with just
Yeah,
like a
something
few
like
minutes
that.
left.
Yeah.
Like he was shredding.
I think the Ducati Outdoors is gonna be something, dude. That thing's fucking sick.
Dude, I like the
Yeah,
Ducati. I
definitely
think it's
could be.
badass.
Hey, Barsha's gonna give Deegs the fucking business at Paula, dude. And fucking he's just gonna say,
Just
"Welcome to
fucking
the big boys,
boot
dude."
him to the moon, dude.
Yeah.
Barca's gonna take himself out for 10th or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't seen any Ducatis at like the track, because aren't they at dealerships
Are
now?
they
to where
for
people
sale?
can buy
I've
them?
seen them. I've seen
I
people.
feel like they
Really?
have to.
I haven't
I
seen
haven't
it.
seen them at the track because I haven't been at the track much, but I've seen people posting them at the track.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen one.
I think it's a
yet.
West
I've
Coast
only,
thing.
I've
More
only
West Coast
seen like
people.
1 or 2 Triumphs too ever.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
too.
know.
Yeah, those things are fucking
Eric, have you
breaking,
even seen a
dude.
Ducati dealership in North Texas?
No.
I'm sure there's one in Dallas, but
Well,
Right,
I'm not
yeah.
sure.
Texas probably
I'm
said
not
fuck
sure.
the Italians.
I'm not sure the dirt bike market in downtown Dallas for Ducati is what they're focusing on.
No, definitely not. All right, what else in this 450 class stood out to
Who
you
was
guys?
Kyle Chisholm? This was his first race back, right?
Yeah, Chiz
Yeah.
came back for Philly, and then I mean, geez,
Gets
the people that
22nd.
Gets smoked.
Hey,
Did he
he
even
made the main.
finish?
He made the
He
main,
made
dude,
the.
and
He
it was the
did make the
worst.
main,
It was the
dude.
Yeah.
worst race for him to come back. But I mean, geez, Dino was running sixth for most of the race and finished eighth. Savachi
Yeah,
fourth. Hill with another top 5. I mean,
Yeah, Savachi
some
was
of
a
these
great
guys are
ride.
really riding well.
Justin Hill's making that late season push like he did last year, dude.
Hey, he's got a podium next weekend.
He might, dude.
Yeah, he definitely could.
Hey, bet on
yeah,
it. DraftKings
like we talked about
plus
it.
800.
I'm down. I'm putting 1,000 on it.
Yeah, Savachi with that fourth, and like we talked about, I mean, they lapped all the way up to fourth place, so he was the last one that didn't get lapped. So that's pretty insane, seeing how fast those guys
Well,
were
they were
going.
fucking going,
Oh,
dude. Those 3, dude, hit every single jump. I
Dude,
think
they're
almost every single
Yeah.
lap, dude.
Cooper
What do you think
Webb.
about Kenny? What do you think about Kenny? The first heat, he goes to on off. No one's doing at all, and he just comes out on off, dude. The first section, I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this guy doing
in the
dude?
mud, dude. He's a nutcase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
What
Um,
Prado, dude, 16.
yeah,
I thought he was
tough
supposed
night.
to be good after that MXGP. I thought he was supposed to be good in the elements, but
It's
Yeah,
just
that's
Supercross,
true.
dude. He ain't
Yeah, I
figure it
guess.
out.
And then another rough night for Jordan Smith as well, 18th. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of what we see in all mutters, right? We kind of see a jumbled mess in here. Some guys, rise to the top and get a best performance, and some of the top guys, kind of struggle. All right. Well, let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly before we start talking about Denver. James, we'll start off with you. Who do you give the good performance of the night to?
I mean, we already talked about it. Ken Roxon, dude, hitting lines that no one else is hitting in the mud, just full power through, not really caring about the conditions, just riding his ass off. So I gotta give it to Ken Roxon.
Yeah, no, easy pick. For me, I'm going to give it to Savachi. Him get up there with a fourth place in the elements. That's pretty sick. So, especially after his injury, he's getting back up, to that pace. Justin, who do you got?
I was gonna go Kenny, but I'm actually gonna switch up. I'm gonna go Dean Wilson, 8th place, run 6th place most of the time. This guy comes off the
He's
fucking
been
couch,
solid since.
and he's
Yeah,
just been
Yeah,
putting
since he got
fucking belt
back,
to
dude.
ass to some of these guys that have been racing all year. I mean, Grandpa Earl, he just needs to show up and race with Grandpa Earl and just fucking, he might get a podium or win.
Just hold
Yeah.
her wide.
Yeah, fucking full goon.
All right, Justin, who do you got for the bad performance in the 450s?
I'm just gonna go Hunter. I mean, just the choke job. You can't get a whole shot and then and
Yeah.
then lose that, especially in a mud race. Getting a whole shot in a mud race is absolutely key, and you have to hold that lead if you get the whole shot.
All right. For my bad, I ended up going with Jay Coop. Honestly, I mean, he actually turned out to be pretty good because it sounded like he was stuck on the berm for the entire first lap and was lapped, right off the gate. But yeah, kind of a tough finish for him. Like I said, with the mud race, I mean, Hunter still salvaged a third. I'm not gonna, criticize him too much for riding that slop. He's still definitely
Just because he's a
wins
Honda
this weekend
rider.
and he's right back into it. So, well, that too. James, who do you give the bad performance to?
Yeah, I agree with you, Eric, on J Coop. He was battling and looking real good in the heat race, and then just ended up with a 13th and getting stuck and shit in the main. Although it's a mutter, anything can happen. I'm not sure anyone really had a good race except for
Mhm.
Cooper Webb and Kenny, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna go J Coop.
All right. And then ugly, I kind of touched up on. I'm just going to go Jordan Smith, 18th. He kind of seemed like he was getting some momentum, but yeah, Mutter's probably definitely not a good recipe for him. Justin, who you got for the ugly?
I went Jordan Smith too. I mean, this 450 year has just been an absolute failure for Triumph.
Yeah. All right. And then James, finish us off.
I'm
Who do
gonna
you
go
got for your
Prado.
ugly?
He
Yeah.
sucks, dude.
Yeah. No,
Can't
that's a good call as
especially
well.
especially in the mud. He can't get regular Supercross going, and especially in the mud. He got beat by Mitchell Harrison as
Yeah.
a factory guy.
Yeah.
I mean, good for Mitchell Harrison, but not great. Not great for Prado and the KTM.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look ahead into Denver. We got a couple guys coming back. Tomac is returning. You're not really surprised, no home race.
The hometown
Uh,
kid.
yeah, McAdoo is going to
You
be
could throw a
returning.
wrench in
Carson Mumford is going to be returning as well. But looking at this track map, looks like they're going back across the start a couple of times. We do have another sand section in there. Let's hope that there's no rain heading into this weekend. Let's finish it off dry. But James, will go to you. Anything that stand out to you with Denver, and who do you got? Who are going to be your picks? They go back to West Coast guys as well.
I like the two whoop sections they got on this track. That's kind of
Oh
neat.
yeah,
The
yeah they
sand
do.
section, big triple if they keep that. It's kind of a typical football stadium, but a little different aspects to it than we normally see. So I'm a fan of the track. And then for picks, gotta go Deegan for the 250s too. He's looking to make that record or whatever. So I'm sure he's gonna do it. And then 450, man. I'm gonna go Hunter, dude. It's make or break for him, and I think
Yeah,
he's got to get it done. So I'm gonna pull for Hunter. If he doesn't, like we already talked about, if he doesn't get it done, that could be it. So he's gonna be making a hard push. Hopefully it stays dry and we get some good racing. But I'm going Hunter.
yeah. No, I'm with you. Justin, over to you. Anything that stands out in this track? I think you touched that sand section. That's going to be interesting right before the finish. There's quite a few 180 turns as well. So, I mean, if the weather holds up, this could be a pretty good racetrack.
Yeah, I like the track. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go Kenny. I think Kenny's gonna keep the momentum up. I think this track with these 180 turns, Kenny just knows how to rip these turns. So I'm gonna go with Banana Power for the win this week. I think Tomac might throw his name in there, a little rest up, might come out with something to prove. I think Hunter's gonna drop back to a third this week. And then for 250, I'm gonna go Deegan, of course. No one else on the West Coast seems to
Mm-hmm.
have anything for him. Also, McAdoo's coming back too this
Yep.
week. So we'll see if the PC curse will stay alive and see if he can make it through or if he'll not, but hopefully he does. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna go Deegan and Roxanne.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I'll go with Deegan as well. He's gonna go get that over the most wins on a 250 record this weekend. So I'm all for that. To me, I'm actually gonna go Hunter to win as well, and I'm gonna say Kenny's gonna have some bike problems. I think he's going to end
Wow.
up
Wow,
going
dude, you're
down. I
speaking
think
it
he's going to
into
have a hard
existence.
time getting that
You're a
Suzuki
dick,
started,
dude. You're
and
a
he's going to end
dick.
up. He's
You're
going
an
to
asshole,
finish.
dude.
He's going
He's
to end
just
up
speaking it
finishing
into existence.
with about a seventh place, and Hunter's going to have a nice, comfy lead heading into
What are
Salt
the
Lake.
kids call it? Manifesting? You're manifesting Kenny's
Yeah.
downfall.
Yep, that's right.
He's just praying for a Honda
Trying to
title
get
since they
those
can't win nothing
clips.
in 250 class.
We got to get those clips. That's right.
Clip farming.
All right. Well, that's all we got. Looking ahead to Denver, and then just one more round left into Salt Lake, and then we're gonna be talking about some outdoors
I'm going.
here in a few weeks. So, got a lot to look forward to. But once again, thanks for listening, tuning in. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook. We will be back next week. We'll see you later.